Hey guys, my name is Nikki Witherspoon and I want to welcome you to my very first vlog. Okay, so I've been doing videos on Periscope for about 3 weeks now. I do videos on Facebook and YouTube kind of off and on. I have a few YouTube channels, but I've never really fully committed to any of them. And I told myself that that ends now. Okay, it totally ends now. And what better way to do that than to put it on video, put it out there for the world, and let you all keep me accountable, all right? So just to give you a little bit of background on me, my name is Nikki Witherspoon. They call me the FBA Ninja in my online community. FBA stands for Fulfillment by Amazon, and it's how we, make our money. And, but me, myself, we go way deeper than just FBA. I was born and raised Houston, Texas. We actually live out in Cypress, Texas right now. Had a pretty normal life from what I knew from what I knew growing up. I didn't know any different. And, hey, if you don't know any different, you think your life is normal. So, hey, I really can't complain. I had an awesome, awesome grandma. We all call her Grandma Lala. If you find me on Facebook, you'll see pictures of her all over the place. She was an amazing, amazing woman. Raised my mother, single mother. Father was never really in the picture. I do have grandparents and family on my father's side that I interact with, but him not so much. And hey, it's no problem. It's no big deal. I am who I am, despite not having that father figure around. So at the end of the day, you can complain, you can whine, you can cry about the way your life has gone, but it doesn't really make any difference. The past is in the past. It's what you do now and moving forward that really matters at this point. So, I've never really dwelled on that. My grandma, my mom, everybody that I had around me was sufficient enough to, get me through. I have a really, really strong, work ethic, and I've always been very, very self-reliant. I really try not to depend on very many people. I like to kind of keep it all in house. But things as a child they had their ups and downs. Anytime you live with just a single parent, you're gonna have your ups and downs. I did a Periscope earlier today, and I was at my grandmother's house, and we were helping clean up because we just recently lost her in May. And I showed people around the house and how we were, how we were raised and stuff like that. And it is what it is. You can complain or you can make a change. Either or. I chose to make a change, and that's what I did. So I'm not going to really dwell on that. I'll probably go deeper into that later on in different blogs and stuff like that. But just for now, I went to an elementary school that you needed to take a test to get into. It was called River Oaks. If you know anything about Houston, Texas, River Oaks is like one of those shishi foo-foo neighborhoods and stuff like that. Like the Bushes have a house out there and stuff like that. It's just one of those really, really, really nice neighborhoods. But the school that I went to, you had to be bussed in and things like that. So at a very early age, I was exposed to multiple cultures, lifestyles, all kind of stuff, and it was an awesome experience. I would love to have my children go there, but that is way too far away at this point in time where I'm at. But it was a great school. Had an awesome opportunity. Had an awesome, awesome school experience. Left there, went to middle school. My middle school, same thing. I was bussed into there. So I never really went to school in my neighborhood, like my zone schools. I never really went there, which thank goodness I didn't, because I would totally be a different person if that was the case. So my middle school was fairly the same as my elementary school. People from all over the city, all races, nationalities. It was a great experience. I fell in love with dancing there. I actually was on the dance team there, the Lanier Expressions. Hey. Had a great time, went all over the place with those guys. Really, really crazy experience. But once again, had an awesome middle school experience. Leave there, jump over to high school. I went to a specialized high school. It was called Law Enforcement of Criminal Justice. And awesome experience there too. I had the best school career. A lot of people just cannot wait to get out of school, and I just wanted to stay. It was great. Was an ROTC at school, or JROTC at school. I traveled to Washington, D.C. with the school. I marched in the Macy's Thanksgiving Parade with my dance team. Our unarmed drill team for JROTC was just the best in the city. It was just, I mean, had a very good experience, you know. So I really can't complain about school, guys. I left there and went directly to the University of Houston, studied for accounting. Once again, great experience there too. So, I mean, I'm not going to complain about any type of education. So, you know, I never will. I actually do make our money right now for the family, me and my husband, in an online business. But, you know, I would never knock education, ever. You know, so, I mean, just because you work from home and you don't need a degree to do this, you know, hey, learning, bettering yourself is always a good thing, in my opinion. Do you have to go to a brick and mortar school? No. You can do the same thing online and get the same exposure. There is a certain life that you can have if you do go to a brick and mortar school. So, I mean, if you have the time, if you have the money, then of course, I always, you know, recommend stuff like that. So, I mean, I had a really, really good experience, and, you know, I really wish that a lot of others would have the same experience that I did, you know. So, fast forward a little bit past that, I moved out of the house at an early age, 18. The moment I got a raise at work, I went straight to the apartment and was like, give me one. Got my keys and just moved out. I had like no furniture whatsoever. I had a couch. That was my very first credit purchase. I went to Gallery Furniture here in Houston, Texas, and got a blue Chanel couch, and it was my favorite thing ever. I loved it so much, I would sleep on the couch more than my bed. You know, I had a TV and stuff like that. I had no other furniture in the house. My TV was on milk crates, and I styled it up with like a sheet over it and stuff. But hey, it was mine. It was mine. I was proud of it. And hey, if anybody has to say anything, then you can buzz off. Okay? You know, fast forward from there, I used to work at ExxonMobil in the accounting department. That's how actually I'm not going to say I fell in love with accounting, because I literally hate accounting. I hate numbers. You know, I think it was just a convenience thing that I just went ahead and got my accounting degree. But it is what it is. Left Exxon, went to a mortgage company. Left the mortgage company. Yep, get this. I took a job as an accountant all the way overseas in Iraq. Yep. I went and did the whole KBR thing, you know, the whole Iraqi freedom, you know, operation this, whatever. I did it. I was 21 years old, quit my job here in Houston, and got on a plane, my very first trip outside of the country, and spent 10 years over there, you know. Spent 10 years overseas. I will actually go into my overseas life, probably another video, because that's just a video all in of itself. And, you know, I can't really complain about my overseas life. I mean, it is what it is. It's actually shaped me to who I am again today. I grew from it. I actually met my husband over there, and I'll probably drag him into one of these vlogs one day. But yeah, I met him over there, get this, at salsa night in Baghdad. How many people can say that? Yeah, I met my husband at salsa night in the green zone at Baghdad. In Baghdad, Iraq, at, I think it was Saddam's, it was like a family palace, or his wife's palace, or one of his wife's palace. I don't know. All I know, it was called Freedom Pool. If anybody was in Baghdad, back in the green zone, then you know that Freedom Pool back in the day. That's where we met. Oh, not Freedom Pools. No. Was it Liberty Pool or Freedom? I don't know. I think it was Liberty Pool. Excuse me. It was Liberty Pool. Okay, so yeah, we met him out there, and hey, you see where that got me? I'm still with him. You know, we've traveled the world. We've been all over the place. And, you know, we're a very good team together. And, you know, guys, I really look forward to sharing more of my life with you all. I have story on top of story on top of story. Get used to this location. If you've ever seen me on a Google Hangout or any other video, 9 times out of 10, I'm in this same spot. You know, don't ask me why. I've got a really decent sized house, but I even have an office. And I literally refuse to go in there. I like to work from where I'm at. But we'll go into that in another video again. But guys, thank you for watching. This is my first post to my vlog, and I will see you guys maybe later on today, but most definitely tomorrow.